Salutations. I forgot to turn on my camera. Salutations. Hello everybody, how you doing? Today on my own stream, I finished this bad boy. We got him done. I'm very happy with how he looks. I think I did a pretty good job. I'm very satisfied. And I started this guy as well. Just a sketch for now, but it's gonna come along. It's gonna kind of weird mini really, but it's gonna come along. But today, with you guys, we're gonna be painting a barbarian lady. It's a pretty nice mini. I like it. Maybe I can do something cool on the shield. Maybe a free hand or something, like a painted symbol, some stuff like that. But of course, we gotta start from the skin tone. So let me just turn my palette around so I can use the empty side on it to load it with paint. Hopefully without making a mess. Okay. Okay. We did it. How's everybody doing today? How's your Wednesday? Okay. I'm just gonna load the palette with some random colors. And we'll see where to go from that. From there. Rough. I'm off of work the next 2 days, so I've been very busy. Hopefully I'll see you Friday then. Hopefully I'll get to see you Friday. Oh, enjoy your food, Neuro. After this stream, I'm gonna see if I can manage to shave. Because I'm feeling like my beard is getting a little bit too long. It's starting to heat me up. I'm gonna shave. Be a sexy paka. Okay, sorry, I was looking for paint. After this stream, not shaving entirely. I'm not gonna shave completely. I'm just gonna be shortening my beard. So shouldn't change much for you. Hello, Kai. How you doing? All right, let's get some skin tone painted. Just gonna start. I want to try to do a cold lighting kind of scenario, just for poops and laughs. So I'm gonna start from a warmish shadow.
In time, you will know the massive extent of my BBD.
Thank you for the follow on my own stream. I appreciate it. Okay. Like a landing strip? No, I think I was thinking about going back to the goatee, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna make it shorter and that's it. Hello, good. Are her hands naked, or looks like she has a glove? Okay. So just doing a quick base coat to get the shadow in on our skin, and then we can start plotting out all the various lights. Okay. Okay. Just looking for possible areas that I might have missed, but looks like we're good. Just a few more. Okay. So, right. So let's do the first light. Oh, now the first light, I actually would like it just again for poops and laughs. I would like it to have a slight greenish look to it. Maybe not that strong. Yeah, something like this. Okay. It is very hot, yes. It's very, very hot. I'm afraid of the electricity bill coming in because I've been running a portable AC unit basically non-stop. It's light, just as light, you know, just as light. Just a little bit light. It has been the first summer in a lot of years that summer temps and rains have been in the average. Wow. Here it's freaking hot. But yeah, after the stream, I will happily have a little ice cream. Gonna shave my face, take a shower, and then just chill a little bit until it's time to go sleep. Yeah, proper spa day. It only needs a happy ending to be really the best experience. Yeah, I will leave the mustache. I'm keeping the beard like I have it. When I say shave, I don't mean completely shave. I just mean shortening it. Because I am starting to look a little bit like a freaking wolfman. Okay, so we got a semblance of a mid-tone. Now, this color is very dead looking. But my hope is that as we push the light on it, we should be able to get it. Like, I want it to warm up now. So I can have like difference in temperature between each layer of the paint job. So we have a warm shadow, a cold mid-tone, and a warm light. And then we're going to be having a cold highlight. And in theory, just in theory, regardless of the colors that I've picked, these simple change in temperature should be enough to basically make it look good. Now, of course, you need to have like good values and stuff, but might be a little bit too yellowish at the moment. Yeah, I kind of feel like it's a little bit yellow. Let me just sneak in a touch of orange. Yeah, something like that. Needed the naturalness of the skin tone kinda in there. Color is so very interesting. Like, I think it's so difficult to really understand color. It's gonna be like, for me, it's gonna be a lifetime challenge to get better colors in my work. But yeah, one of the theories used by impressionist painters of the past and the present is to change temperature every time you change value. So by changing temperature, I don't mean like having blue and orange in your painting, but I mean having slight shifts in the color or the saturation so that you end up having the feeling of a different temperature in your work. And that really helps apparently, because like I have been observing the work of impressionist painters for a long time now, and it definitely works. So let's try to blend these ones together. Just for poops and laughs, like I said. Let me switch brush. Let me use a smaller one. As always, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask me. I get sexually aroused by questions. So Bologna the city or Bologna the thing you call in the US Bologna, even though it's actually mortadella? Both, but you sound more. I need to get clarified on the question. Now I'm very aroused. The city is fine. Not my favorite Italian city, but if you like medieval towns, it's a good place to visit. And mortadella, I'm not that much of a fan of it. My favorite cured meat is capicollo. If you ever get a chance of trying capicollo, try it. Can you speak a bit more about changes in saturation? Okay, so in relation to what? Like changes in saturation? Okay, what do you mean exactly? Because a change in saturation is simply when a color has more gray in it. So if you add black to a color, if you add white to a color, or if you add gray to a color, you're always removing saturation from it. Also, adding the complementary color to a color will reduce saturation. Well, in relation to light, when an object gets lit, it in the first light, which is what we call mid-tone in miniature painting, it's actually half-tone in artistic words, but the first light that you see on an object that is being lit very, very often is also the most saturated color in that object. Because if you imagine, for example, a red apple or a red ball, and you illuminate it with a light, unless the light is incredibly saturated, which means it's also pretty dark, but if the light is a white light or sunlight or something like that, what will happen is that the color of the object will be revealed in the first light. So in the area next to the shadow, that's where you will find the most color. As it gets lighter, so as the shape is looking more and more and more towards the light source, that same color changes and becomes lighter. So by becoming lighter, it automatically loses saturation. Because let's say, like for example, I have a red here, okay? I have a red here, and well, I'm just gonna mix it in the palette. So I have a red here. If I make this red grayer by adding black and whites, basically, I have another red, okay? So I have red number 1 here, and red number 2 here. If this is the color of my object in light, so how we think the object should look like if lit, as we go lighter, so as we add, let's say, white, the color that I get in both cases is a lighter version of the original color, but it's also less saturated, right? Because when you add white to a color, you are desaturating it. Now, there is a reason why, especially in portrait painting, but not only, but especially portrait painting, artists tend to paint people in a cold light. And by cold light, I mean light coming in from a window, or in a situation in which the sun isn't visible because it's behind the clouds. That's called the cold light. And it's a light that has a slight bluish hue to it. And the reason why artists tend to prefer cold lighting is because it's easier to manage. Not in 3D. In 3D, it doesn't matter. But in traditional painting, it's a lot easier to manage color when you are painting a cold lighting scenario, because adding white to a color does a natural thing to it if the light is cold. So if an object is being lit by a cold light and I add white to the object to illuminate, to that color, to make it lighter, the addition of white automatically cools down the color, because white is actually a very cold color, even though it's not really a color, but it's actually very cold. The problem in traditional painting happens when you're doing a warm light. So when your light is supposed to be yellowish or orangish or something like that. When you're doing that kind of lighting, you run into a lot of issues in managing color, because you need to make it so that your light still feels like a warm color. But if you just add white, the color will never feel warm because you are, again, adding white. So you have to adjust the mixture constantly by adding yellow and orange and red to balance out the color. And the difficulty is that even though you are trying to make the color look warmer in light, you still want it to be a little bit less saturated in the middle. So you are kind of juggling between saturation and value. If any other question popped into mind as I was explaining this stuff, just ask. I'll be happy to answer. Here, in the meantime, we are just doing a quick blend. Hey, no problem, dude. Are shadows usually the opposite in terms of temperature? That's a difficult question to answer. That is a very difficult question to answer because it depends on how complex your painting is gonna be and how much effort are you gonna actually put into the shadows. Because like, so in miniature painting and many styles of art, the shadows usually are interpreted with one color and one value. So when you do shadows like that, which is your shadows are like in this case, right? My shadows at the moment are just a flat color. If you do shadows like that, it is a good idea to try to make them look like a different temperature than the light, just to push contrast a little bit more. But in nature, it's not a rule. Hello, Asgard. Like, many painters will try to convince you that warm light equals cold shadow and cold light equals warm shadow. They will try to convince you of it as if it's a rule. It's not. Because like there are many situations in real life where cold light can have cold shadows or warm light can have warm shadows. But that said, it is more aesthetically pleasing if you do have temperature contrast between lights and shadows. I'm okay, I'm good. Working on these barbarian lady, trying a bit of a Frazetta approach to the skin tone, I guess. Get some Capicollo. Trust me. Capicollo is the king of cured meats. And now we find out he was actually 27 at the time. Which in my book is still a kid, by the way. Like I sometimes remember that when I started painting and streaming and everything, I was 27. And I feel like I was, like, looking back, I feel like I was such a freaking child. Like, it is true that women mature faster. Because, like, Jennifer is 28. And she's way more mature than I am now at 32, let alone when I was 27. I still feel like I'm a kid. How old are you, Queenly? I don't think I've ever asked you, you know? I only feel old when I get injured from something stupid. You're an odd one. You have maturity and depth because of those things, and you're infantile because, well, you choose to be. What do you mean, though? I don't get it. "42, wow! You're a MILF." I'm a jack of all trades. No, you're a coilf. You're a coilf because you're not a mother. So you are a coilf, a cat owner. One thing that I do miss from being 27 is my back. Because my back was in a lot better shape than it is now. Coilf sounds like an insult. I mean, the same way I say Cajun, right? When I instead of saying Cajun, how was it? Cajun, right? I say it Cajun, which apparently sounds like an insult as well. I would like to visit New Orleans. Although I probably would end up stabbed and like abandoned in a bathtub full of ice without one kidney. But I would like to visit New Orleans. Well, a Cajun skin tone technically would be black, right? Honestly, yeah, it would be black, no? No, that's Creole. Ah, okay. So what would be a Cajun skin tone? Caucasian skin tone, sunburned, redneck. It has to be specifically a redneck. New Orleans was amazing. Apparently they have parades almost every night. Really? That's cool. Salutation, Reaper miniatures. I'm not much of a party kind of guy, but I would enjoy seeing like those parades. I was stone cold sober the whole time, and the atmosphere was still very enjoyable. I love hearing what people think about where I live. It's always very strange and colorful and wildly inaccurate. How is it then? Tell us the truth from your point of view, Quindley. How's actually living in New Orleans? I have not. I would like to go back to Vegas. Man, that would be like the freaking best vacation ever. If I could go back to Vegas and hang out at Gary's house without doing anything, just hang out with him for a week, shit, that would be fantastic. If I could get that, that would be fantastic. I don't want to hang out with the guy for a week. Yeah, he would. They're doing classes every month there. Wait, you know about Dave and World of Tanks? How do you know about that? Ah! God damn it. Well then, okay. Now it makes sense. But that shit would be amazing. He would take me to see Cirque du Soleil and stuff. Well, there are not parades every night. There are parades for Mardi Gras and some holidays like Halloween, but most of the time it's just normal. But it does smell like drunk people year round. I think you have just a very jaded opinion of your town, you know? When I think of New Orleans, I think of a beautiful black woman speaking English with a very sexy French accent and eating shrimp. That's pretty much what New Orleans is like in my head. See, like, that's weird because I never had that, you know, Quindley? Like, I know most people dislike where they grew up in, or they think their town has nothing special compared to other towns. I've always been fucking happy with where I live. Like, Genoa, back in Italy, is a fucking beautiful place to be. I love Genoa. Fucking, there's a reason why they called it the Superb back in the medieval times, because that city is fucking beautiful. And also, now that I live in Spain, I really like my little Spanish town as well. It's a very historical town too, where I live now. This is the place where they signed a treaty where the Iberic Peninsula was split between Spain and Portugal. Also, a queen was imprisoned here for like 28 years. She wasn't really imprisoned, like she could go wherever she wanted, but she couldn't leave the village. So it's really cool, and it looks beautiful too. Like, it has this historical look to it, you know, everything is cobblestone, and we still have like the ancient walls up around here, and we have towers and stuff. Maybe, Kai. Oh yeah, Quindley. Absolutely. I think Roxanne is in Greece now. Or was in Greece. Last time I saw her, it was before my vacation, so I don't know now, but like I think she said she was gonna go to Greece or... Okay, so this skin, currently, I don't think it's bad per se. It has an oil painter look to it, you know what I mean? Looks very oil painterly with this greenish mid-tone and these yellowish pale lights and these basically orange shadows. It's very oil painterly. Now I need to clean it, but I think I like it. She's back. We met up in Austin where she landed for a class with Steve and Garcia. Ah, Steve. Nice. Steve is a very clean painter. I still use that sheet of paper technique for the brush tip every time I paint. That like it was funny because when I was in Seattle, I said the same pro tip, but the people in the class in Seattle weren't particularly as impressed with it as you were. And I was like, guys, you don't understand. Like, there's a guy in Vegas that has his mind blown. You need to really try it, because nobody was trying it. I was like, you should use a piece of paper to clean your brush. And they were like, oh, okay. And then nobody was using it. Everybody was using a paper towel. So I went around and gave everybody a piece of paper. I was like, fucking use the piece of paper. People don't get how immensely valuable it is to do that. Like, I have proof that I do it, because if you look here, every time I paint, I do a brush stroke on my paper thing that I have as a background here. I enjoyed all of the classes. I enjoyed all of them. All of the people in all of the classes were really nice. Really, really nice. This little tour that I've done in the US is probably and will probably be one of my most cherished memories. I really had a good time, both in Seattle and in Vegas. And I will say this, like, I liked Vegas as a tourist, and I liked Texas as a tourist, Austin as a tourist, but Seattle is really freaking nice. I would like to go live in Seattle, man. Like, if I could move to the US, Seattle would definitely be the place I would pick so far. It's really nice. It's like the capital of nerds. Every 50 meters, there's like a nerdy shop, a miniature shop, D&D shop, magic shop. And like the environment is beautiful. I really like that. Moody, gray sky. I really like it. For some reason, I feel better when the weather is not, it's gloomy. I prefer gloomy weather to sunny weather. It makes me feel better. I don't know why, but maybe it's because I'm a Scorpio. I don't fucking know. Whatever. But anyway, really liked Seattle. Now, the problem with living in the US is that I could never do it with the job I have. Because, you know, the expenses are much higher in the US than they are in Europe. Hello, Nutri. How's it going? I think I'm gonna commit to this skin tone. Like, even though it doesn't look super natural at the moment, I think it will once I start having similar lighting on the other details. So I don't think I'll be able to get her done today because I'm not speed painting it. I am actually spending a bit of time cleaning and stuff. So, but I hope you don't mind. Okay. I actually do like it. I wish ReaperCon was a different weekend from Nova. I don't know why. I don't know why over all of these years they haven't figured out a way to stagger these events a bit more. Because everybody would benefit from it, you know? If instead of overlapping each other, they had each their space, you would have more people attending each of the events, so... I would really like to go to ReaperCon. One day, hopefully I'll make it there. I've been trying to get the weekend changed for a couple of years now, but they can also change their weekend. Oh yeah, it's not like... I don't think it's Reaper's fault for not changing the day. I think you should probably just sit down with them and like have a chat about it, like between you, like Reaper and the guys from Nova. Yeah, that's what I hear everywhere, that ReaperCon is super friendly. Okay, so I like this, so fuck it. Let's do the, I don't know, the non-metallic. You want to see this word? Okay. Hello, Nella. I miss RiverCon being in October though. I don't dislike Labor Day weekend because I got a free day off. But the weather was usually nicer in Texas in October than it was here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's what Reaper has been described to me. Like the classes are good, of course, and like you can take them and stuff, but it's more about the environment. People really enjoy the environment. Again, I really hope that one day I get to go. Yeah, so we can finally meet Quindlina. Also been discussing changing up the way classes are handled for the future, but I can talk more about that at ReaperCon. Have to get teacher feedback. That is very interesting. Yeah, definitely. Like if you can get some pro painter to have like a 2-day, 3-day class, that would level up the quality of of the classes you can give. So I just did a small sketch of my first light on this metal. Now I'm just blending it in a little bit. Oof, gone. I assume you guys have insured stuff, right? Like when you get shipments of gems like that, they are insured. He works for a blood diamond cartel. Okay, let's push the light. Push the light. I just slapped the model with the paintbrush. And of course the paint dried immediately because it's like 4 million degrees, so... Yeah, Reaper minis are super fun to paint. I really enjoy painting Reaper minis. They're just chill, little minis. You can go all in on them and try to do an amazing paint job, or you can just take it chill and they still look good. And especially with the Bones USA thing, the quality of the casting is really good now. Nice gun. Yeah, yeah, they are. All these sweet word hide the fact that Reaper still does not have Norkers in plastic. That is outrageous. That is outrageous. I will say that. Yes, you're right. That is absolutely preposterous. Scandalous. Yes. Unbearable. We definitely deserve plastic Norkers. I really like the... It's looking good, no? Doesn't it look very metallic-y? Nice, thank you. I like it. See, these are fun mini also because like you can just kind of say like fuck it and try something you don't have too much experience with just for shits and giggles and see how it goes. Okay. Okay. We can do the side of the shield as well while we're here. Why not? Yeah, they're very nice minis. I will never stop singing praises to Reaper. I don't suppose anyone in chat can suggest a Reaper mini that's a poor townsperson? I'm sure Quinley might know about it. She knows all of the minis. Hello, 8, by the way. Good day. Okay. Mordenheim is really freaking cool. if you play D&D a lot or the likes, the Reaper Kickstarters are kind of like a must-have. That's true. Okay. What should I paint something on the shield to look like it's been painted? And if yes, what? Because I have like zero creativity when it comes to symbols and stuff like that. The Eye of Sauron? I don't know. I would like something. No, my own logo is incredibly difficult to paint. A callus. Yeah, that would be easy to paint, Nebro. I was thinking more about like some symbols, you know, like those like those Viking shapes and stuff. What is the demon sign of Guts? Guts, sorry. A kitty in Bologna. The Sistine Chapel. The face of Jesus. That's a good idea. Flying Gandalf. Oh yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Now, what color should it be? I think red. I'm not gonna go full on red, of course. I'm gonna use a weaker red, but I think that's... I'm gonna put it on the side like this. Yes, if they need to have multiple values because of the shape they are painted on, yes. I think this color needs to be a little bit either darker or lighter. Let's do it with a black red. Okay, that's good. Like a bit of colorfulness in the wood always helps out. All right, we can leave it at this, and next week go back and continue working on her. I'm having fun on this chick. She is a fun little Mimi BBD. I really like it. And like, even though this skin tone is not exactly the classic skin tone that I would paint, like if I put her next to something that I painted in a warm light, you can see how different they are. Like this guy has a warm light illuminating him, so the colors are tending towards orange and yellow, and she is instead going towards blues. So everything is, I really like this dichotomy of temperature inside puppet painting. It is enjoyable for me to execute it. So, my little friends, it has been an absolute pleasure, as always. I'll be seeing you Friday. So be good. And bye. Love you.